Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to the weekend review, and we got some big score lines, none bigger than it. Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 7. Yes, you heard that right, absolute dominance from Liverpool. Not going to run through all the scorers, but they have a commanding lead now and I can't see them losing the title here. Palace just awful and they need to sort it out as soon as possible, just totally collapsed in the second half. It finished Southampton 0, Man City 1 at St Mary's. Southampton will be disappointed because they've been so good recently. Man City haven't quite been like it, but they played really well here through Raheem Sterling's 16th minute goal, and that was enough to give them the win. And I would say they probably just about deserved it. Fairly close game, but maybe just about deserved this. And they'll be hoping this can really kickstart the season. And Southampton will hope it's only just a blip and they can continue with their form and stay in and around where they are at the moment. It finished Everton 2, Arsenal 1 at Goodison Park. And once again, another just awful result for Mikel Arteta's men. They fell behind in the first half before eventually they did equalise, but then they were caught out again, and yeah, it's just really not good enough at the moment. They just have to sort it out. Chelsea at home next, it won't be any easier. That's 2 really good wins on the trot now for Everton, so they'll have a lot of confidence. Finished Newcastle 1, Fulham 1 at St James's Park. An own goal from Matt Ritchie gave Fulham the lead in the 42nd minute before Newcastle awarded a penalty and Anderson was sent off for Fulham. Callum Wilson coolly slotted it away, and yeah, Fulham just about held on. Newcastle probably had the most opportunities, but you know, that's to be expected. Newcastle will be disappointed not to finish off the game with 10 men, but Fulham, that's a great point for them. It finished Brighton 1, Sheffield United 1 on Saturday lunchtime. Sheffield United were reduced to 10 men on the stroke of half-time for a dreadful tackle from John Lundstrom. I don't know what Chris Wilder was defending there, blatant red. But anyway, Jayden Bogle gave Sheffield United a surprise lead. Danny Welbeck, 87th minute, equalised, and Morpay missed a great chance in the last minute. But Sheffield United, that's a great point for them, especially with 10 men, but they may be disappointed not to hold on. Brighton will be really disappointed with results too, to be fair. It finished Leicester 2, Tottenham 0 at Tottenham's new ground. Jamie Vardy, 45 plus 4th from the penalty spot, definitely a penalty. And later on in the game, it was sealed off for an own goal from Toby Alderweireld. And that's 1 point from 9 this week from Tottenham, and that's just not title-winning form, and I think they've got a long way back now if they want to even contend. Leicester, the closest challengers for Liverpool. What a season they're having. It finished Manchester United 6, Leeds 2 at Old Trafford. Man United fallen out within 37 minutes. Scott McTominay brace, Bruno Fernandes and Lindelof. Cooper equalised before James and Fernandes got in the axe and Dallas pulled another one back. But yeah, just dominant for Man United, and they look so good at the moment, so good. And at the moment, could you say they're not challengers for Liverpool? They're probably one of the best teams you can hope for. Bielsa, I think he needs a tactical rethink, to be honest. It finished West Brom 0, Aston Villa 3 at the Hawthorns. West Brom were down to 10 men in the 36th minute from Jake Livermore, but Al Ghazi had already put Villa up ahead. And then we got 2 late goals from Traore and El Ghazi from the spots to give West Brom a really comfortable loss in Allardyce's first game. They need to turn it around quickly. That's a really good win for Villa, but hopefully this isn't a sign to come for Sam Allardyce. Finished Burnley 2, Wolves 1 at Turf Moor. What a great result this was for Burnley. Ashley Barnes, yes, that man again, giving Burnley the lead. Chris Wood doubled it in the second half before Fabio Silva penalty in the 89th minute. It was nothing more than a consolation goal. And what a huge win this was for Burnley. You could say Wolves probably had the better of the play, but yeah, Burnley defended well, and that's a huge win for them. Wolves in 11th, they'll be disappointed. Burnley in 16th, 3 points clear of the relegation zone for now, so that's huge for them.
Chelsea 3, West Ham 0 was the score at Stamford Bridge. Thiago Silva, great header in the first half to give Chelsea a lead, and then 2 from Tammy Abraham sealed a routine victory, and Chelsea were the best team here. West Ham did have a little spell in the second half, except for that Chelsea were dominant, and this is a big win for Chelsea, gets them back on track. They're up to 5th now. West Ham, intense. I think they'll be disappointed because they really didn't show anything at all in this performance. They'll be having to pick it up for next weekend.
Friday night it finished Preston 1, Bristol City 0. A goal from Johnson from the spot in the first half was enough to seal the win. And Preston, I think they just about deserved it. Bristol City were really poor in the second half, maybe picked up a bit in the second, but in the end it wasn't enough. Preston in 15th now, just so inconsistent. Bristol City in 9th, and they do seem to be falling away from the playoffs. Injuries are really hampering them, but at this point I really am worrying for them this season. It finished Norwich 2, Cardiff 0 at the Carrow Road. Buendia and Cantwell with the goals. Cantwell's come back with a bang. They just look so good at the moment, and I think you'd be very brave to bet against them winning the league this year. 5 points clear, Cardiff intense. I'll see this as a game where they didn't think they'd get anything out of it, but the gap is 4 points to the playoffs, so I just want to bring it down a bit. It finished Birmingham 1, Middlesbrough 4 at St Andrews. Middlesbrough just absolutely dominant here. Colin, however, got Birmingham off to a fire in the 15th minute before Hogan missed a great chance, and then ever since then Middlesbrough run Wyatt. Assombalonga, Saville and Etheridge own goal, what was he doing? And Wing with the goals, and Middlesbrough just looks so good into the playoffs now. So that's really impressive for them. Birmingham 17th, serious questions have to be asked. It finished Brentford 3, Reading 1 at Brentford's new ground. Brentford were absolutely flying. Jensen put them in front for an incredible mistake from Raphael. And Buemo then, back to his best, scored 2 in the space of 6 minutes. Reading pulled one back in the second half for a Luco, but in the end it wasn't enough. Brentford into 4th now, Reading in 8th, and Reading just really need to weather this storm and get some players back, because it's going to be a long road if they don't. Finished Huddersfield 2, Watford 0 at the John Smith Stadium. Fraser Campbell in the 9th minute and Capoue own goal in the 32nd minute, seeing a really comfortable win for Huddersfield. They're up to 12th now, had a bit of a dip recently, but what a job Carlos Colburn is going. As for Vladimir Ilic, 5th in the league, and Watford has sacked the manager and appointed some unknown George, and I just really don't get it. I think this will come back to bite them. I'm releasing a video next week about it, so check that out. Anyway, it finished Luton 0, Bournemouth 0 at Kenilworth Road. A really dull game, to be honest. Not a lot happened. Luton probably had slightly worse of the play. Bournemouth were the better side, but just couldn't find a way through. And that leaves Bournemouth 5 points behind Norwich, so we're looking to pick up Luton in 14th. I think they're just happy to be in and around mid-table this season, 6th off the playoffs and 11 clear of the relegation zone, so I don't think they're in any grave danger. It finished Forest 1, Millwall 1 at the Den. Millwall went in front through Tom Bradshaw right after half-time, but just 2 minutes equaliser. 2 minutes later, Forest equalised. It just pretty much held firm since then. Millwall definitely had the better of the play, but just couldn't get that win, and they'll be really disappointed to concede 2 minutes after they scored. Forest, that's 2 unbeaten for them. Good solid progress, I suppose. It finished Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 0 at Hillsborough. Tom Lees was the only goal in the 67th minute from a set piece, and boy, this was a massive win for Sheffield Wednesday. Up to 23rd now, still 4 points adrift, and having played a game less than Rotherham. But if they wanted any chance of a survival, they had to win the games soon. Coventry will be disappointed to win their unbeaten streak like this, and they'll be starting to get worried about being dragged into it now, I suppose. It finished Stoke 1, Blackburn 0 at the Britannia, or the Bet365 Stadium, whatever it's called now. Nick Powell in the 7th minute gave Stoke the lead. And then Blackburn, they're playing a team in the top half, so of course they didn't win. They huffed and puffed, but really, they just couldn't find a way through, to be honest. They should have scored, really. Looking at the goal attempts, 3 for Stoke, 15 for Blackburn, says it all, really. If Blackburn wants to be in the playoff contention, they have to win games like this. Anyway, it finished Swansea 2, Barnsley 0 at the Liberty. Jamal Lowe got them off to a flyer in the second minute before an own goal in the 66th minute sealed the win for the Swans, and that's a really good win for Steve Cooper's side. They're in third now, just 2 points behind Bournemouth. Barnsley in 13th, very disappointed because this was really disrupted their momentum. But I suppose they're not really got a lot to play for this season. Anyway, in the last game of the weekend, it finished Wycombe 1, QPR 1 at Adams Park. McCarthy own goal gave QPR the lead in the 26th minute before, in the 88th minute, Wycombe deservedly got an equaliser. And to be honest, Wycombe really did deserve this game. Just dominated the majority of it. So I think they'll be disappointed in a way. They really do need that win if they want to stay out. As for QPR, just 4 points above the relegation zone. It's really not looking great for them. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, the link in the description below for daily wrestling news. And subscribe to my channels on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.